They will be talking with Google. Most of you know him. He's a co-founder and COO of Blocksense, moving in the direction of unfolding the whole vision of Blocksense with becoming the universal verification layer. You guys, most of you know about the changes that happen on the management level, that Magnus stepped in as CEO and Zachary is more focused on the development now, so you can speed up the whole process. But let's see what things were going in this past month, and pretty nice development, of course. There were quite of partnerships, few mainnet deployments, but also we've been deployed on other networks. This is the agenda overview, and we're gonna go and see what events has Blocksense been to, and there are some that are upcoming now in the next 2-3 days. And also gonna give some community updates as you guys used to this, and it's very important to be updated why things are happening, what's happening in the community. Then we're gonna open the stage for Q&A. Some people already got asked their questions, so I have the list here, but feel free to also ask questions, and I think Rahil is going to note them, add them to the list. I count on him to do this. And yeah, let's get going. First step, I'm inviting Georgi to share more about the partnerships we got this month, why they're important, which are the projects, what does it mean for us, and why we are so much celebrating those achievements. Gogo, how are you doing? Please come on stage.
Hey guys, good to see everyone here. Yeah, I mean, the last few weeks we've been focusing on a few chains that are doing their mainnet launches like very soon, like Monad, Plasma, Pharos, and a few others like Somnia and Taraxa. I think the noteworthy. So we've been like obviously like trying to get users on those chains, but I think um, the noteworthy partnership, so to say, is the one we did with Naga, which is actually on Arbitrum and Unichain. They're a lending protocol, and they're like a company helping out the working on the Malaysian market, and we're doing like a lending protocol where we're providing the price feed for the Malaysian stablecoin. So that's kind of live on mainnet. Basically, our first live deployment. So and another noteworthy deployment, which is a testnet deployment, is with Spout. It's a RWA protocol, and a few other. We did a few other kind of partnerships with, especially with like Pharos, Pharos protocols. So in the next few weeks, we're gonna continue to work on basically those chains that are coming up and that already or they recently did their mainnet. And yeah, that's kind of in terms of oracles. That's that's the plan. We also deployed a few price feeds for Somnia, and we're going to deploy another price feed for Taraxa. So that's why I mentioned those chains. And yeah, there's also a few protocols that we're talking to on Hyperliquid. That's kind of another big one. Actually, from my experience, basically Monad and Hyperliquid seem to have really the most kind of vibrant ecosystems. But anyway, that's on the Oracle side. We also have another product coming up on that we've been working on for the last couple of months, and we're going to be announcing it very soon because the prototype is almost complete. I think in the next 2 weeks we can have something to show and for people to use. it's more targeted towards developers, so it's not kind of the same. It's not the same target audience as the infrastructure product that we've been doing with the Oracle. But well, you guys will see. It's quite interesting. It's more for developers. Actually, you guys know that we've been doing these developer tools, and that we have a big partnership with Aztec, develop different tools for their Noir programming language, like the debugger and formal verification. So it's basically the new product that we have is sort of an extension of the developer tooling work. But yeah, we'll show it off very soon. Actually, today I think. Oh, sorry, tomorrow I think we have a big presentation in Token 2049 at the event. Magnus will kind of be participating in a pitch competition, and then we'll present this new product. So yeah, I think after that we can share a little bit more. But yeah, so that's kind of the other big thing that we've been working on. So yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. I wanted to share an article for all those interested in the case of Spout that actually the guys were thinking to use or already using Chainlink, but they couldn't I mean, they had to switch, right? So there's an article that use case article that you can read on. I'm going to share it here in the chat, guys, for you. You can go and check it on.
Oh yeah, actually, so another pretty cool one I would to check out is what we did with Nunchi on Mega ETH. They're a pretty cool protocol. Kind of, it's like you can bet on it's like a perp for yield. So you can check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, others that I have here in my list is OpenFi and Aquaflux Pro. If you want to say something about it, and I mean, where also the guys can find information about Nunchi. Of course, there's the post, but I don't. I mean, do we have a specific something that, like article like this one that I just shared in the chat, or just go? You encourage them to go and check the protocol. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you can start from there and then just check out the protocol. It's on Mega ETH, and it's pretty interesting especially if you're using perps already for other stuff, like kind of like Hyperliquid. This one you can kind of bet on yield itself. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty innovative product, and very interesting that I mean, very cool that we are on it and working with those guys. And also, as you mentioned, moving in a direction with new product that now you can mention because Magnus is going to present it on Singapore. That's the next point of my agenda here, just following the points. And we can say for the guys that missed that, Magnus, the CEO, current CEO of Blocksense, will be speaking in Singapore Token October 1st, October 2nd, because Blocksense is a finalist in the Nexus startup competition, and only 10 startups made it to the final. So there, Magnus will present the whole grand vision and how it's unfolding for Blocksense, and obviously also presenting this new product that is being under development. As Georgi mentioned, shortly after, everybody here will be announced. I mean, this information will be made public and shared. So I guess it's the case now to keep it how it is. Also, another event that happened this month, it's the ETH Sofia event. You know, this home to Blocksense, as the headquarters are here based in Sofia. ETH Sofia has been like event that in a way connects the builders here in the whole region, and Blocksense is always very proud to be here and to present what we're doing. And on this edition, this was the second edition of ETH Sofia. In this edition, the CTO, Peter, along with the data feed lead, Emil, led Oracle lifecycle session, which basically they were explaining using a real world use case, informing and sharing to developers what are the steps, what Blocksense is, and how you can write Oracle scripts and feeds, and also how you can test stuff. And this session has been attended by many people and end up with a lot of interest from the public, and ended up with a brainstorming session where the developers were asked for more cool use cases, what we should use Blocksense for. And I'm also happy to hear your proposals. I mean, there are many things we can do. Also, in the end of this conversation, we'll have the questions Q&A session where you can add something that you need clarification with. So the guys that offered good ideas on how we should use, what are the best use case for Blocksense, they were rewarded during this conference. This is what we can say about the events that went through this month. Of course, token is a huge event. It's going to happen starting tomorrow, but it's worth mentioning now about it, and follow more information about the new product that is being under development. And we kind of go pretty quick today, although I had a big list of partnerships, and I thought we're gonna move more or talk more on it, but I think this we're gonna leave us more time at the end for questions, and there are already a few questions, so pretty happy about it also. Some very important things on the community side that are worth mentioning. I start with something pretty positive. The reward for the most active member of the month is a special recognition for the effort of MFRR. It's the name that you can notice on Discord, and this person is gonna be rewarded the Lauscher role for most active person of the month. Thanks, Rahil, for following all those statistics and seeing how everybody is performing, so we can reward the most performing. And on the negative side, I would say, based on performance, many people lost and many people were not happy about it, but lost their pirate role. But understand, guys, just getting this is the most high valuable role, and you're not being active for months, and some people send like 15 messages, while others are doing really great work. I think everybody should be on the same page, and everybody should support really the project fully. So some people lost their roles, but there's nothing really to worry about. If you just, by being Lauscher, continue participating, supporting the content creation and all activities in Blocksense, you will very quickly regain this role. So I know it might sound not so cool, but many people actually, due to inactivity, lost their role, maybe around 50 people, but in the same time, the list is big of people getting this role, like around 15 people, so I'm not going to read it, but you see the new guys jumping in, and you already see them, right? Those people are the people that support most of the content, are most participating on the server, and that's what the community is about. When you're the most knowledgeable person in the room, you're supposed to help others also understand what this project is about and how things go, and or share on the socials. That's what the game is and how it works. Along with this message about purging the Lauscher, not the Lauscher, but the pirate holders that were inactive, there's this teaser information. I can just mention very little about it. There's a pirate program being prepared by Rahil, and it's an upcoming initiative that will be announced very soon. Can't say much more, but stay tuned, and you'll get to know more about it. And you might have noticed that there were some issues with the Engage bot that gonna be addressed very soon, and hopefully all resumes to normal by tomorrow, I hope. With the issue is well known to us and it's been worked on already. As I really said, we go pretty quickly. Let me see. I got into the point of questions already, but you guys, you can also get some questions now. I'll start reading the questions that we have already received and invite Georgi to answer some of those I'm not able to respond maybe. And then we can move forward with more questions. I mean, that's most of the things I got now. So let me see. There's nothing bad in going quick, right? I mean, quick and professional. If the work is done, the work is done. There is no, sometimes you don't have to be just bragging about it. You see the results. One really important thing I think I missed to mention just because I started quickly on this one is that Blocksense is now very noticeable information. It's like deployed on over 79 networks, so soon reaching 100. And I'm really curious to hear your thoughts and propositions, which networks we should be getting in touch with, and you can write in the chat. Yeah, let's get some proposals running on the chat here while I'm getting out the questions and start answering them one by one. Yeah. So there's a question from. Oh, sorry if I don't read it right, mate. I mean, I don't really know which language is it and what sense it should make, if there is any. What position do content creators currently have in the project? Is there any event planned for them? Well, the way you phrase your question is kind of hard for me to answer, but I'll tell you what I know about content creation and how we're doing it at the moment. We have our own Discord bot, and that is tracking all your activity on Twitter and also on the server when you're writing and content about Blocksense, mentioning Blocksense, explaining complicated terms to others. Your effort has been noticed and, of course, rewarded with the points. So if you are wondering whether we'll be on Kaito or something similar platform, at this moment we don't see much benefit from it, and we have our own system that works in giving us this at this really direct way to reward the people that contribute to our community. So that's the most fair that we have seen. So that's the question one I managed to answer by myself. There's one from Misha. Hi, Misha. I think I don't know if I see you here, but normally she's always with us. Will there be another investment round? I think I know the answer, but I'll invite Georgi to say maybe more if he wants to, or just answer yes or no and when and what. So we make it a little bit more interactive.
And so, what's the question?
The question is, will there be another investment round?
Yeah, we're working on that. We're thinking of starting a new round fairly soon. We're kind of preparing for one. Yeah, that's what especially product. Basically, we just want to get that out, and we'll kick it off.
Yeah, I think this is important for the community to know where we are at, and of course, you've seen guys with this developing the grand idea of Blocksense becoming really, like, we started off as saying an oracle, which was pretty obvious, but then always the idea behind this whole project was to be a universal verification layer, and we're moving into this direction, and this is giving more opportunities, and of course this needs the support. So as Gary mentioned, there's something on the something we're working on. And of course, this is something that takes time, right? So whenever this work is done and it's complete, everyone will know the amount, the investors, and things like this, right? So thank you, Georgi, for clarifying. There's a question from Technic. Hey man, how are you doing? I see you in the chat here. Thanks for being always here and so supportive. And here we go. If Blocksense is a universal verification layer, how does the team plan to keep ZK proofs fast and low cost as integration scale across multiple platforms? I would allow myself to answer if I say something that's not correct. Maybe Gary can correct me, but basically the way the system is designed is to really to be efficient while scaling, and this is the benefit of ZK, right? I mean, with the technology Blocksense is developing, this is what we are trying to achieve, to be extremely efficient, especially compared to competitors. And this is by design from day one or day zero. And this is just saying that the universal verification layer doesn't change anything. This is how it is designed. You can go and check the light paper if you haven't. Maybe you find more information there on how this is going to be achieved. But that's pretty much how we are planning to, and how we're going to use the ZK, right? So yeah, that's much I can say. Maybe Georg, you want to add something?
I mean, I'm not like the ZK expert in the team myself, but I think the basic, and you can read the light paper for more details, but the basic idea is we do a lot of parallelization. So we're basically generating proofs for many different processes at the same time, and then let's say like tens of thousands of different instances, and then like kind of folding them together, aggregating all of these different proofs into one, and like recursively, or I forget the exact way we're doing it, but yeah. So those are the two main tricks. So first, parallelize all the different processes. So that would mean all the different oracles, all the different other services that run on the network, and then combine them efficiently in a recursive way into one single proof. And so those are the two tricks, right? And those are described in more detail in the light paper, so you can check them out.
Yeah, this is definitely
And of course we're using.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Of course, we're using the state of the art cryptography. So meaning like the proof systems. We should also release a benchmarking little project that we did for like benchmarking all the different proof systems for our use case. I forget which one we chose in the end, which one turned out to be the best for us. But basically, we've tested all the different state of the art proof systems, and we're kind of using the best one for our use case. And yeah, and of course, if something else comes out in the next months or years, we'll just switch to that if there's like a better one. But yeah, anyway, we're just using the state of the art cryptography.
Yeah, thank you. This is what I wanted to say, that definitely seeking for the most efficient solutions, but you just say it in a different, maybe even better way. That's the goal. I mean, this highly competitive market, you need to be innovative, extremely innovative, to be in the game, right? So that's what Blocksense is doing. That's why we're doing it, and that's why we see there's a need for this to be done. Okay, moving forward, I'm happy. Actually, we went through the official first part quickly, because I see there are a lot of questions. Even in the chat, I would ask Rahil to add more to the document that we have here, if he can, so we can answer all the questions. I continue with a question from Cute. Is the roadmap and tokenomics out yet? what are the plans for the queue? Okay, I mean, there are a lot of information in the light paper. You can see we've been answering this question times and times again about the roadmap and the development, the stages of the development. But now also with the new products that are in mind, I don't know how this is gonna affect the roadmap. If maybe Georgi want to answer about this quarter, what are the more important things? There are no tokenomics yet, that to my knowledge, of course. Maybe there's something prepared that I missed.
The important things are what we talked about. We're continuing to integrate a few, oracles on these chains that are either coming, either they're doing their mainnet now or they recently did it, like Mona, Pharos, Plasma, uh, Somnia, Tarax, and so forth, and a few others. I don't want to. There's like around 10 of them. So we keep finding new users and integrating, and we'll continue in this quarter, in Q4. And then that's one big thing, and the other big thing is the developer tool, the developer tooling product that will release very soon, within a few weeks. And then that Magnus is presenting tomorrow at Token 2049. And so those are the main two things. And then, yeah, I think they should. I mean, we already have 5 integrations, right? 5, 6 integrations, one on mainnet, and hopefully we snowball. And there's a bunch more that are in the pipeline, right? So again, we have like a kind of a few hundred million TVS in the pipeline, potential TVS. So we can get a few wins there, and the new product hopefully gets some traction, and then people are excited for it. So yeah, I'm personally quite excited for this first quarter because of those two things.
Pretty cool. As Georgi mentioned, as we are already deployed on mainnet on those new protocols that are coming out, and there are more and more projects starting to build on them. It will be very easy to integrate also on those new projects, and we see this coming. So yeah, with not much to add to this question. If you are interested in seeing more about this, also what is officially planned about the roadmap and how development is going to happen, I invite you to look at the light paper, guys. I'm moving forward to the next question, which seems to be in 2 parts, from our friend Temnik. How are you doing, man? Thank you for your question. Hey, you guys, so many, 140 people. Really cool. So, which industry will be the first to collapse under the old rules and rebuild itself on verifiable data from Blocksense? Finance, logistics, or RWA? I think it's pretty speculative, but I allow myself to express my point of view based on the deployments we see, the interest we got from partners, and where we are present now, especially in projects from Pharos. We can say that we are making our ways in the RWA. Of course, you can see some use case that are using Blocksense in the finance or DeFi or whatever you can call it way. I haven't heard of any in logistics, so if I may classify them in a way, RWA finance, that's the way we're going. And this is also, you can see the entire market is trying to find ways to bring new money to the space. So RWA is one of the greatest ways. I mean, or the ways we see that new money is coming into the sector, like the entire blockchain thing, and all the projects trying to innovate on it. I don't have numbers, but of course it's huge. Everything that can be tokenized to be traded on chain, the promises is big, and being present on this market definitely makes you a winner, especially when you're infrastructure project that is innovating and offering something that nobody else can do, as Blocksense is. So I move on the second part of the question, which is a little bit sound. I just read it out loud and then we decide whether we answer. Maybe Gary has an answer. What is the craziest real-world integration of Blocksense oracles you would like to see in the future? It's really strange, question for me, because the way that Blocksense design is to answer the needs of the end user, which means those protocols and projects that they need, those feeds and everything else that we might service them. It's not that we sit and decide that should be it. I mean, there are many, obviously, use case, anything you think of that needs verification. I don't have anything specific. I'm just saying out loud my thoughts, but yeah, it's hard to answer your question, man. Maybe Gary has something to say.
I mean, I watch. It's not so crazy, but I watch streams all the time, like games and just IRL, whatever variety streams, and it would be cool if I could like live bet on, like, let's say on games that are like how many kills, whatever, how many ganks, or whatever, or just imagine you're like in real world streamer, like doing pranks or stuff like that. It might get ugly even, but basically, if I could live stream, if I could live bet on stream, that would be pretty cool. And an Oracle we could develop something like this if we find the right partner. Even we could do it. So we'll see. Maybe in the future, but basically, it's like that's one thing I would want to see. But it's not. Yeah. But in terms of like, I can't really think of something that's super crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy useful. I mean, unlocking new use cases for sure. It's
That's
always
like bet with friends and stuff like that. But maybe people would like do crazy stuff on the streams for the bets. Like you
that's
make the
that
streamer.
that can qualify as crazy. Yeah, that can lead to some crazy stuff, as you mentioned. Okay, moving forward. I hope this satisfies, like, gives an answer to the next question. And next question is from, sorry, Puerte. Hard to read, guys. Sometimes your names are so creative. Are you guys interested in having users deploy a reporter node? And will there be any benefit of reporter node holders? This question again has been answered times and times again. And this information can be found in the light paper. This is part of the roadmap and development. At this version of Blocksense, we are operating as a proof of authority network. So we have a select set of node operators, and we don't have the opportunity or ability before the ZK part is out to allow other people to run nodes. But the moment this is out, there's a really cool plan detailed how everyone can run anything, and based on their specific hardware and the requirements of the task, they'll be rewarded. And we'll see more detailed explanation on this when time comes and when we approach this moment where you guys can be running nodes. This much I can say. I think I don't know if Gary, you want to add something, but I think it's pretty much answering the question. Same. So another question from. Okay, I'm moving to the next question. I just told that this question is here in two parts, but new Ferguson base ETH. Okay, we make some advertisement on base here. Can you also, sorry, can you talk also about the node running? I want to participate. I just answered this question. I think that's not available at this stage. So you guys need to stay tuned, and whenever we reach this milestone, this will be, of course, communicated. And I know so many of you are node operators, and the idea behind Blocksense is to use all the resources available. You see where the world is going with all the computation that is needed, and how to make this useful and efficient. And Blocksense is gonna make your computation or your power, your resource worth like sharing, because you'll be doing a lot of things and you'll be rewarded for the special tasks, and this will make sense. This is how I understand it. This is what I have in my mind based on all the things I've heard from Zachary in the past. And I think we're moving in this direction to make it easy for people to run the node, but also, of course, easy for them, like rewarding also. Not only easy, but also rewarding. Okay, moving on to the next question. A lot of questions, guys. I'm happy. I love this kind of community calls where we turn it into a Q&A session. Of course, you got in the beginning all the important updates, and most of you also follow the development of the project on the social. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, let's answer this. What is special about Blocksense token mechanism compared to other projects? It's pretty cool, but there is no token economics. I mean, so there is nothing that we can say is more special than others. At this point, when this is out, we'll be able to answer your question. For sure, there will be something special. Or if I think if there's something that has been designed in a way, no, I mean, nothing really comes. You want to say something?
I would say you can think of it like it will be kind of like another like other layer one or layer two tokens, where it's basically a it's basically a network token, right? That's running. We're running all these oracles and other services. You can think of them as smart contracts. They're running on the network, which you can think of as a blockchain, and they're consuming resources. They're paying for them in gas, and then that gas is worth you paying it in the token. So it has utility that way, right? It will be used to run the network and also to store for storage and for execution, and then so that would be one of the sinks. And you can also you'll be able to stake, right? And staking, and then you can get slashed as well. So those are more sinks, and there might be some stuff around when you create the services or the data feeds. Just that process of there could be like some kind of staking there as well, and slashing, and I think those are the initial ideas. So for the token, and we'll see if something else, if we can come up with something else as well. But I think those are the initial ideas.
Yeah, now that Gogo actually mentioned this, I can say it's definitely a utility token, right? It's not some speculative token. It's token that it's allowing you directly to participate in the on the protocol and gain benefits from using the token. Or actually, the token itself will be required to do. Also for running a node, you need to stake, as Georgi mentioned. Now things came to my mind, but yeah, it's, that's what is special about. So, and that's what many projects try to do, but they don't manage to do, because it's yeah. Sometimes you just need to invent use case to say that your token has utility, and we know that most of the projects have no utility because they did not find some super special use case. But with Blocksense, we have this, so I can say this make us special. Moving forward to the last question for this session, because Rahil did not add any other questions here. I'm pretty happy about the answer, like a lot of questions already. Is Blocksense Oracle providing an external service? If so, what service will it provide and when it is planned? I don't really get it. Let me think a little bit. I don't really get the question. Even though I read here some more notes from Arhil that's trying to help me understand the question. Thank you, mate, for this. But if you're asking if this is gonna be a standalone service, yeah, I mean, Blocksense is designed in a way to be like a layer zero of each and every protocol that you can encounter that is has a zero knowledge proof compatibility. So that much I can say on this question. It's not about, I mean, if you use it as external service. Oh, I think I got your question. um, Maybe Georg can help me actually. I don't know if I'm really answering. If you get the question first, does it make sense to you, this question?
It means like if there's going to be other services, not besides the Oracle. Sure, yeah, there will be other stuff. And then it's Oracle is just one verifiable service, right? We can do other stuff. It can even look more like normal smart contracts.
Yeah, great.
Oh, for now, it's the price oracles and then also this AI stuff that we're working on, like the developer tooling. That's also going to run on the network. But you guys will see about that very soon.
All right. I see we went through all the questions. Definitely the last one, it's not the one that we covered the most, but looking now here and I just have a look in the chat, what's going on, but he was supposed to give me all the questions, so I hope we didn't miss anything. It's pretty hard for me to follow the conversation, the chat as well in the same time. Let me go back to my agenda and see if I'm missing something, but I think we're pretty good. Also, time-wise, we're reaching the hour. So that's pretty much it. What I can say. I mean, thank you guys for joining. Follow all the development on the socials. If you have missed if you those recordings, those sessions, the community calls, they are recorded and the recordings are posted on our YouTube channel. If we have like a super big community and not everyone is following there, so not to miss all the new videos and also to watch if you need some, and most of them like the roadmap and a lot of things are explained, especially in the meetings with the founding team, where you can see 3 or 4 guys on the stage speaking about the project. So make sure to subscribe and see all the videos. Today we can say we celebrate a year of community calls because this has been the 12th edition. So there will be 12 videos there. You can go through, see how we're been doing, how we are advancing, how this project is developing. Of course, this can help you, and also you can share with your friends if they have some questions about Blocksense, along with the light paper, and of course the website that you can find a lot of information. Also the documentation. That's pretty important to mention all those sources. So stay tuned on X and Discord, of course, as most of you are active here. But also don't forget to follow on YouTube and watch those videos and share to the people that missed. I think it's as many of you had those questions, a lot of other people have those questions. So sharing this video with them might help them to understand more about the project. And I want to thank you again for joining, and thank to technical guy for making the recording, making sure everything is okay. Rahil for helping me prepare the agenda and the questions. And thanks every one of you who also answered the questions. I'm happy to see all of you again, guys, and looking forward to continue this progress. Let's like with excitement see what's coming after Magnus talk on token, what the news will be from there. Yeah, what are the new things? Keep following, stay informed, and let's continue building. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Gary, for joining also for this call. Wish you a pleasant evening, and see you in the next call. Bye.